Hi everyone, I'm Jody. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Friday Face Off, one of my favorite videos to make every other Friday because we compare two beloved products side by side to see which one really performs best. And I try to pick some that are more in the mid-price range. Sometimes we go a little luxury, and I compare those against oftentimes drugstore. Again, I really don't let the price point be the guide. It's just two products that pretty much say they do the same thing, and if there's enough of a difference in price, which one does what it says it's going to do better so that we know how to spend our money. And when you go back and look at all the Friday face-offs I've done, it's really been a mixed bag. Sometimes the drugstore or the less expensive product does perform equally, if not better in some cases, than the more expensive luxury product. And then there's some times where it just makes sense to invest in the more expensive product because it just performed better. Now, this is just my opinion, of course, and so that we know what we're talking about, I have more mature skin. I have a T-zone, so I'm oily in the T-zone area, dry everywhere else. By the time this video comes out, I will be 54. It's the first time I've had to say that, and that feels a little different than 53. Anyway, today we're going to talk about setting powders, and it's important to know which type of setting powder you need for your face, if you even need one at all. If you have more oily skin, a setting powder can really help keep that oil at bay. And if you've got more dry skin, a really light dusting of setting powder helps your makeup last throughout the day. And oftentimes the place where we reach for setting powder the most is our under eye area, and I have plenty of wrinkles, so I'm hopeful that one of these two setting powders will work well. As I've aged and my under eye area becomes more and more wrinkly, I find that I use less and less setting powder underneath my eyes to set my concealer. I find that adding a little bit of setting spray, and I use the one Makeup Forever, not sponsored, I just have it sitting here for the video because it doesn't contain alcohol, which makes your under eye area even more dry. I find that adding a little bit of setting spray to my under eye area, then my concealer, and then a little bit of setting spray on top of it makes this under eye area look better than a setting powder. Now that's just me, and I know many of you like to set your concealer, your under eye area, and sometimes other parts of your makeup with a setting powder. So we are gonna test some today, and the ones I have selected for you is one that I have put in Friday Face Off before. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is a very nice, finely milled setting powder, and it sells for just $6. It's vegan, it's cruelty-free, and the marketing says that it leaves behind a soft blur and won't crease. The competitor this week is One Size by Patrick Starr. I got to thinking, I have not tried any of his makeup products yet, and I saw this one actually, it's new, it just came out at Sephora recently. Marlena Stahl from formerly Makeup Geek, which I love that brand. She talked about this one in a recent video and said how much she loves it. I haven't even opened it yet. So we're gonna get into both of these. I'm gonna do a application and see how they wear on top of concealer. And then I'm gonna check in with you guys and do an 8-hour wear test to see which one of these really do what they say they're gonna do, and do they blur that under eye area without creasing. If either of these do that, that would be fantastic. This one's $6, this mini size is $18, so 3 times the price, and quite frankly, not nearly the same amount, but we're gonna get into all the specifics and then apply it. Before we jump into the video, can we just talk about my lipstick for a second? Because if you guys saw my beauty buzz the other day, the beauty news updates that I do, and if you don't get those here on YouTube, you should. It should show up as a short, but you can always follow me on Instagram, where I also post these shorts. But look at this. This is the new Cinderella by MAC. I saw this come out again and I had to order it right away. I ordered probably 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of these when this first came out. Was that 10 years ago? This is the new one. I will order more just because I don't ever want to be out. That is the perfect nude. I have it over Subculture by MAC and just love that combination. That is the perfect nude lipstick color for me, I think. It's neutral, but it's nude. I did also, I know you're like, Jody, this is not part of the Friday Face Off. It's not, but my MAC order just came in, so I want to share it with you guys. If you didn't see that short, MAC and Disney have partnered again to relaunch 3 of the lipstick collections from Maleficent, Aladdin, and Cinderella. So that was the Cinderella lipstick I just showed you. Here is the lipstick from Maleficent. This isn't a color that I wear a lot, but I thought during the fall, that's just that nice, perfect, dark Merlot burgundy on my fair skin that I think will be really pretty with just a little bit of gold on the eyes. So I will put this away until fall. So we got Maleficent, Cinderella, and of course I had to order something from the Aladdin section of the collection. And that was this lip gloss that I have not even opened yet. But I mean, it's just, I love Disney, first of all. I would be one of those people that run around with like Mickey Mouse stuff if I lived in a place where it was more populated and people would even care. But that's really pretty. It's a little bit more on the copper side, I think. It looks, inside the packaging, it looks a little bit more burgundy, but I think it's definitely more copper. Regardless, it's stunning. All right, so let's get into the Friday face-off. If you haven't, now's a good time to hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to wait to the end of the video to see if you like the video before you hit the like button, I understand. But if you're pretty confident you're gonna like it, and I'm pretty confident you're gonna like it, you can go ahead and hit it now. It helps the YouTube algorithm. I feel like I'm on autopilot. Let me pause. It helps the YouTube algorithm. YouTube. Did I say that right? Boy, this 54-year-old brain is just not working nearly as good as the 53-year-old brain did. And it wasn't even working that well half the time. Whenever a video comes out, the more likes and comments that it gets within the first 24 hours of it being published tells the YouTube algorithm that this is a video that people are liking. So it sort of boosts it to the top, if you will, and sends it out to other people that are looking for YouTube videos that are about makeup or whatever this video is about. So without boring you with all the techie behind the scenes stuff, if you have YouTubers that are like, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, it is all for good cause. It also does help the algorithm. All right, let's get into this video and apply some concealer and then some setting powder. All right, you guys, the first thing I'm gonna do is take a damp beauty sponge and I'm going to spray it with just a little bit of setting spray and just go into my under eye area and set this so that, and I can put some concealer on underneath this area. I just find that having my under eye area a little bit more moist, hydrated, but with a non-alcoholic setting spray, and then putting the concealer on over it, and then the setting powder, that I just find that it wears better, longer, and when I say better, I mean less cakey, less settling into fine lines and wrinkles. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is a pretty thick concealer. I love the pigmentation that this has, but it is really thick. So I don't apply this one right to my under eye area. I try to put it on my hand and then thin it out a little bit first. And I like to press it and roll it because I do have some pretty deep lines on this one side. And this helps me to get that concealer really nicely pressed in. I have been using the Nira Pro underneath my eye area, and I'm really starting to see a difference with the lines and wrinkles. It's taken probably 30 to 45 days of constant use, and by constant I mean like every day. So I'm gonna do a little bit more of a detailed before and after for you guys in another month or so, but I have been impressed with the results from that one. All right, so now that my concealer is on there nice, now we will go into this first one, the e.l.f. Halo. Now this is the translucent powder, but it does have a little bit of color to it. I like that it has the top that is dispensing just the right amount so that you don't get too much out and just spill a lot of it. So I'm gonna get a little bit like that. And I'm gonna go back to my setting spray and just add a little bit more onto my dampened beauty sponge. Pick up some of that setting powder, really, really light. And then I like to tap off anything excess. So here's what the eye looks like before I add that loose powder. Now this e.l.f. one, again, is vegan and cruelty-free, like I said. And in the marketing, it says it won't crease or cake and that it is lightweight. And I definitely feel like it is lightweight. This one has been in a Friday face-off before and fared pretty darn well. Now, if you have oily skin, or like I said, I do in that T-zone area, I'm just gonna use some of that to press up through there. just to keep myself from getting too oily throughout the day. Well, that looks really pretty. The under eye area looks flawless. The fine lines and wrinkles look less blurred to me. I'm hoping that shows through in the camera, and we'll see. Hopefully this lasts as long as it says it's going to. I mean, $6 for a nice setting spray would be a really nice find. But then, like I said, this one by Patrick Starr has really good reviews. So let's check it out. This one is vegan. The marketing says that it has 24-hour shine control. Ooh, the little tab that helps get that plastic seal off of the little holes broke. So we're just gonna make the best of it. And it's okay actually if I don't get all those little holes uncovered anyway, because it's kind of like a pepper shaker. When you have too many holes, you get too much pepper. So if I have all this off, I might get too much powder. All right, so that didn't work as well as we'd like it to, but you know, that's just the way things go. All right, this one comes in 4 shades. It comes in this translucent, like I have it here. Then it comes in a darker color for more dark skin tones, a medium, and then a light, which you can see all those different colors here. Sorry guys, my ring light just broke in the middle of this video, but I pulled in another light and I think I actually like this one better. So let's pick up where we left off. I'm going to take the beauty sponge, going to add some setting spray to it, and start with our Patrick Starr one size. Again, $18 as I said. This is vegan. It says it is sweat proof. It says that it is 24-hour and that it offers no flashback, and it is a matte finish. Let me get a little bit in the lid. It says it offers all day wear, so that would be awesome if it did. The other thing that I liked about the marketing on this one is it says that it blurs out imperfections. So I definitely have those. This line specifically bothers me. There's a big one there. Just get a little bit of that powder so you can barely see it and press that powder into the under eye area. Gosh, the way both of these look right now, I will be happy if we can get 6 hours wear out of them. But we're gonna push it because we're busy and we need to maximize our makeup look. If we can get ourselves together in the morning, I need to see how long it's gonna last. So I'm gonna check in with you guys in 8 hours and let's just see how each of these 2 powders hold up. And let's just see if these hold oil back as well. I put the e.l.f. on this side of my forehead, which is oily. And now I'm gonna put the remaining of the one size on this forehead because it's oily. That way in 8 hours, we'll not only check this delicate under eye area, but we can also see which of these hold the oil at bay better. All right, let's go about our day and I will see you guys in just a couple hours. All right, you guys, so I had to jump back in here. It has been 3.5 hours since I applied both of these setting sprays or setting powders with setting spray. And I can definitely see a distinct difference between how both of these are wearing. The e.l.f. side is, now they both say they're crease proof. I don't expect them to be crease proof on creased skin. However, the e.l.f. side has definitely emphasized the appearance of the wrinkles, especially the deeper wrinkles that I have on this side. This eye actually has, I think, deeper wrinkles, but the one size has done a better job of certainly not emphasizing them. It hasn't concealed them, nor would I expect it to conceal them. But as the hours have gone on, the side with the e.l.f. setting powder looks worse inside with the lights as well as outside. I was outside with my husband and he asked if I was trying a new makeup today and I said, yeah, what do you notice? And he said, well, your left eye looks a little bit more dry or something underneath than normally. And I said, does it look like there's more wrinkles? Is that what you're trying to say? And he goes, yeah, I think so. It's an unbiased, unfiltered response to the e.l.f. side out in natural light. Upon application, they both looked nice, flawless, blurred lines. As the wear time went on at 3.5 hours, I think the e.l.f. has done all it can do and now it's starting to look worse. So at the 3.5 hour mark, the e.l.f. one is out in terms of what I think. But let's keep going throughout the day and see just how much wear time we can get out of the One Size by Patrick Starr. All right, so for those of you that have never seen a Friday Face Off, this is the portion of the video where I get back on camera after however many hours these products have lasted. And in this case, it's been 8 hours. So I just threw on some makeup just for good measure. I think because I love this Cinderella lipstick so much, I'm gonna use it every chance I get. Although it's time to go to bed here, so I won't have it on long. But for this minute of video, I will wear my Cinderella nude lipstick. From the earlier segment of the video, you saw my thoughts on the e.l.f. for the under eye area. Meaning, if you've got more dry skin and wrinkly skin, this e.l.f. one may not be your best option, as I didn't like the way it held up or didn't hold up after just 3.5 hours. However, if you remember, we did put it on the forehead, which is an oily area for me, and it still looks okay. And I don't feel like it's worn patchy or anything in that area. So for me, e.l.f. would get a thumbs up if you are on a budget and you have normal to oily skin without a lot of wrinkles. So if that scenario fits your situation, then this one would be fine. If your scenario is you have oily skin and dry skin, but your drier skin does have fine lines and wrinkles, I think you'd be really, really happy with this one, because this forehead area looks really nice. And when I compare it to the e.l.f. side, I feel like this side has a little bit of a soft glow or filtered look to it, which is exactly what this powder says that it does. I also think that in the under eye area, certainly I have wrinkles that have come forward throughout the day, but they still look better than this side did at the 3-hour mark. This does exactly what it says it does. And for those of you that have wrinkles under your eyes, if you set with a setting powder, I think a little bit of this goes a long way and has a really nice touch, albeit a matte finish, to your under eye concealer. I expected good things from this, but I really didn't expect it to work this well. It works so well that this may be my new under eye setting powder. And again, I don't use a lot of it, so this mini one would probably last me an entire year because I barely use any. But if you do use a settings powder underneath your eyes and you have more mature signs of aging under your eyes, I think you guys would be really impressed with how well this one works. I definitely was. So is there a market for this one? Yes. Is this a winner for more mature skin, oily combination and dry and wrinkle under the eye? That's a definite yes for me. I'll leave all these products linked down below in case you want to know more about them, including that setting spray that I absolutely love, the one by Makeup Forever. That does it for me today, you guys. As I shared with you, this is my birthday month, so I'm going to take a couple days off, so there will not be a video on Tuesday, but be sure that you are subscribed so you know when the next video is coming out, which will be in just a week from now. I will be doing beauty news updates throughout the week, so you'll still see me, but the next long form video will be next Friday. Have a great rest of your day, and for those of you that shared with me that your birthday is also in May, happy birthday. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.